Three, two, one. Greetings, foolish mortal. 'Tis I, Viktorya Roze Tassi, and yes, this is another Reddit read. So this Reddit read comes from the AITAH hole thread, which is an acronym for Am I the A-hole? Now, the original Am I the A-hole thread does not allow certain posts. For example, you cannot talk about problems with family. You cannot post parody. You just, yeah. So anyway, I have a original and an update. And the post is, am I the a-hole for wanting to divorce my husband because he wants a son? Now, before I get into this real quick, I have no idea why the actual heck some people out there are so fixated on having sons. I mean, like, should I ever find a reason to get pregnant or like whatever, then I'm going to be completely happy with whatever's growing in me, be it boy, girl, non binary, just whatever. I, 27 female, had been with my husband, 29 male, for 5 years, married for 3 of those years. Our marriage was purpose and we were so happy. It felt like our entire life was perfect. Church on Sunday, loving husband, beautiful home, all of it. A few months into our marriage, I became pregnant, and my husband and I were overjoyed, and so was the rest of our family. My husband was especially happy after finding out our baby was a boy, as how he always told me that he wanted at least one son. I even started to attempt to repair my relationship with my mother so our son could have a relationship with his grandparent. I had originally cut off most contact with my mother due to how she treated my brother when he married his husband. Although my brother said he was alright with my decision to try and get her back in my life since he still has love for her, and my baby was her first grandchild. However, our son ended up passing, and it broke me. I fell into a depression and even at one point considered unaliving myself, but my husband was there during all of it to get me through my grief. Our marriage felt stronger than ever, and life slowly started feeling beautiful again, even if it no longer felt perfect. About 5 months ago, I found out I'm pregnant again, and then found out soon after that we're having triplets. Triplets. My husband and I were over the moon, and he was the most doting and loving husband. Since we've always said we wanted 2 to 3 children, we agreed that we wouldn't try for any more children after that. Because of ours and our family's excitement for the triplet, we decided to throw a baby shower and gender reveal party. I do not understand the point of gender reveal parties. I mean, OP do what OP does, but gender reveals, just why? What the actual heck happened to announcing on Facebook, hey, we're pregnant and we're expecting a little boy, or like whatever? I mean, just okay. OP then said, we trusted my brother with the genders of the triplets, and he bought some confetti cannon with the color streamers inside. The baby shower went wonderfully with my parents, in-laws, my brother and his husband, and their daughters, and tons of our friends and extended family. It was like a dream come true, and I was so excited for the gender reveal. I didn't care what the gender of our babies was. I wanted a healthy little baby, but my husband was clearly excited for potentially 3 sons. When the time came, me, my husband, and my brother all shot a confetti cannon, and all 3 shot out pink confetti. 3 little girls! Yay! Congratulations, OP! I was so excited, and so was my brother, but my husband screamed at the top of his lungs and hit the table in front of us, hitting it so hard it actually broke. He screamed at me that I was supposed to give him at least one son because I unalived his first one. Oh no, OP, you should divorce him. Just That's when I burst into tears. I had been so broken about our son unaliving, and a part of me had felt like it was my fault, and now he my husband was, the love of my life, telling me that it would. My brother immediately stepped in and tried to get my husband to calm down, but my husband shoved my brother. So my brother instead pulled me inside where I cried in the living room while my husband's mother tried to calm him down. Husband must be of Asian descent. Just, I'm sorry, but that is the only reason I have to think this way. Just, while my husband's father tried to calm him down, I could hear him screaming outside about how 3 daughters is too many, how he doesn't want 4 kids, but how he also wants a son. He's very clearly acting like a little baby, like a little child, just a little man child. Ever since that moment, my husband has hardly talked to me. He's been sleeping in the guest room good. And when we do interact, he's clearly upset and mad and tries to argue with me. I tried to talk to him about it and asked him how he'd be with our 3 daughters, but he spat with me and told me that he would provide them shelter and food, but he isn't interested in daughters and doesn't plan to have a close relationship with them. Wow. Just wow. That sealed the deal for me, and I want to divorce him, and I cried myself to sleep last night. Earlier today, I confided in my mother and mother-in-law about all this, but they told me I can't divorce my husband because he wants a son. I don't want my daughters to grow up in an unloving household where their parents constantly argue and their father doesn't love them. The moment my husband said I unalived our son, I felt like I lost all love I had for him in an instant. And I don't want my daughters to be in that kind of household. However, both my mom and mother-in-law says it's just natural for men to want sons. Yeah, no, not natural at all. And that he isn't saying he'll mistreat them. He did say he'll mistreat them, just they treated this as an absolute fact and acted as though I'm just a silly little girl who doesn't know anything. I felt incredibly small and stupid. I don't know what to do. My mother and mother-in-law make me feel like maybe I'm overreacting to my husband's behavior, but my brother says this is not normal as he and his husband are both men who absolutely love their daughter. OP's brother and brother-in-law are the best kind of men out there. Just I don't work and I'm not sure how I'll be able to find a job that can support me and 3 babies all on my own, or how I'll even make time for all of them when I have to work. I feel so lost and hopeless. I'm torn on what to do because I'm worried about divorce will be too harsh of a decision. No, OP, divorce will not be too hard. Do me a favor, divorce your husband, say to the judge, I want custody of my daughter because he's very clearly not fit to be a father. Gather up evidence like phone calls, text messages, recording, stuff like that. Show that to the judge. I bet you a dime, a nickel, and a penny that the judge will be horrified and automatically give you full custody of your 3 daughters. And in the case that your ex-husband decides to come in and say, hey, I want to be a dad, show him the door. Say, no, you don't get to have custody over my daughter. Hell, you don't even get to look at them. Just, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so now on to the update. OP said, I didn't expect to have an update so soon, but after reading everyone's comments, I decided to take action immediately and went to my brother's house. We talked for hours through the night and came up with a plan. I'm going to divorce my husband. Yay! He's shown the kind of man he is, and I don't want him to live or raise daughters in that kind of environment. I'm going to move in with my brother and brother-in-law during all this. He and his husband have a nice large house where I can have my own room and a nursery for the triplets. Again, OP's brother and brother-in-law are the best kind of men out there. I originally worried that myself and 3 babies would be overwhelmed me, or a burden to him and my brother-in-law, but they assured me that they would love to have us here. I know everything would be okay when my brother even offered to have a baby monitor put in their bedroom so that he could help me if one or more of the triplets woke up during the night. My brother-in-law has a nice high-paying job and my brother works from home, so I will have a stable environment and my brother will help with his nieces. My own niece is excited for us to come live with her. The current plan is I will live with my brother and brother-in-law for a while, and once my babies are old enough where I feel comfortable putting them in daycare, which my brother-in-law has offered to pay for, then I can try to find a job of my own where I can save up money and eventually move into a nice place of my own with my daughter. I'm so thankful for my brother and brother-in-law. They truly feel like angels. They are angels. My brother and I are also going no contact with my mother. My brother and I discussed her behavior with us growing up, how she treated him when he came out and also got married, and how she treated me these past few days. We decided that it was the best course of action after giving her many chances in our life to become more stable and kind, but she always refused them, and we want our daughters to grow up in a loving family. When I know my husband had left for church this morning, my brother-in-law, and I went to my house and got up all my important things, such as document, quote, and other things that are important to me, such as the baby thing. My brother-in-law mother washed my knee while we did all that. She's a kind woman and has offered to be a grandmother to my own baby, which I happily accepted. I will admit that I cried. I cried a lot lately, but these are happy tears. Happy tears are better than sad tears. Because my brother and I don't go to church, my ladies' Bible study group texted me and asked if I was alright and if I needed anything. I texted them back and told them the truth and what happened, and they were all horrified, as they should be. They told me that they support me and are proud of me for taking action, and how they are even planning a bake sale at church to help raise money for me and my baby. Oh. Also, apparently, when my husband went out to lunch after church with the men's Bible group, one of the other members, his husband, one of my friends in my Bible group, and when he found out what happened, he yelled at my husband so much he cried. Good. I got a little bit of joy hearing about this, not gonna lie. I got massive joy after hearing that, OP. My pastor even called me and asked if I'm okay, and he let me know that I'll always have people who support me in my church, which I'm very grateful for. After my husband came home from church and saw that most of my stuff was gone, he blew up my phone, but my brother-in-law called him for me and said that he would pay for my husband to get therapy for his grief over our son and also told him to leave me alone. My husband has more like ex-husband. My ex-husband has not tried to contact me since, and he's yet to give my brother-in-law an answer for his therapy offer. All in all, I'm so grateful for my brother and brother-in-law. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. I'm hopeful for the future, and while this isn't the kind of future I imagine myself or my baby, this is definitely the best one I can currently give them. So there's a happy ending to that.